Hey guys, welcome to DB Trains, my video channel documenting my training journey. As you can guess, my name is Demir Barlas. I'm a 50-year-old American living in Istanbul, Turkey. Love the gym, and since I spend most of my time there anyway, I thought I document what I do. So my training, my cooking, and a lot of the psychology, which I think for me is important, is the missing part for me when I watch videos myself on YouTube. Why people go, how the gym works as a coping strategy for me, frankly. For example, as somebody coming off a 20-year-old marriage that ended in divorce, an expatriate, trying to remake myself at a pretty advanced age, for which I think the gym is really a perfect location. Philosophical journey, of course, a lot of talk about actual training techniques, cooking techniques, things that I think are relevant to older men in particular who don't get a lot of shrift on YouTube. So I hope you'll join me. This week, I'm going to show you some of my training at the John Reed Gym, which is actually not too far from me here in Istanbul. And we're going to delve into my cooking. I'll show you how I do my standard chicken and rice with my Zojirushi rice cooker. And at the end of it, we'll wrap up with just a little bit of talk about training psychology. How does that sound? I'll see you on the other side. And this is just the strength trainer in me going quickly. I don't know, it's a habit I couldn't really turn off from benching. I do promise that I go a little more slowly on some of these sets here. And this is the machine bench, of course. I'm going one-handed, make it a little bit more of a challenge and getting as red as a tomato. But typically what I'll do is I'll go for 2 or 3 heavy-ish sets, for me. But then I will slow down, and the last 3 to 5 sets will be more feel. I'll be holding at extension a little longer and, doing all the good hypertrophy stuff, but I didn't manage to tape those sets in this one. Here with the row, I realized I could be a bit more upright, and I decided after watching this to get my head up a little bit more, be a little bit more straight. But I am trying to focus on getting that full stretch and going back pretty much as far as I can with the one hand. And that's typically something I can't do with 2 hands because, of course, your range of motion is limited. And I think that actually when I switched hands, I improved a little bit in terms of being just a little bit straighter. But again, this is, I guess, the strength set too. So when I dropped down to 60 kilos on this, I did make sure that my head was up a lot straighter, that my body was straight. But other than that, you can see my back working, you can see my lats working, and even my lower back. So here, I just want to get that stretch in both directions and sort of do my best with that. And next up is a lat raise here. I'm going to try and come out at an angle. And I try to just stop at the bottom so that there's no momentum involved. I started to do these unilaterally because I just felt that I could, again, get more range of motion. And I do try to really glue myself to the bench as strongly as I can. I'm still sort of learning these and to isolate the small muscles, which is such a big part of bodybuilding, but which never used to come up, my previous sort of work as an Olympic-style weightlifter. So I do hope that my form gets better here. And again, it's 14 kilos, but I had sets all the way down to, I think, 8 here because I am trying to get that feel, and I am trying to hold a little bit longer. In the background there, you can see that's the John Reed Gym in Ataşehir, Istanbul. It's a very nice gym. It's a bit expensive. That's why there's not a lot of people around, but I love it. It has very decent equipment. Coming up is biceps. I've actually improved my form here. I do realize that I should have just gone down a bit lower. I don't like how my elbow's moving. And I found a way to sort of turn my back to the machine and sort of lock myself in. I'll show that hopefully next week so that my elbow just doesn't move as much. But other than that, I really do feel it in the bicep, and I'm trying to get that squeeze in. Again, hypertrophy is new to me. And today we were at 77.5 kilos, so that was good. And here's a view of my gym coming up. So my go-to meal about 90% of the time, because that's the kind of person I am, it's very similar or almost identical. I put in 100 grams of rice here, and I know that doesn't sound like a lot, but it's 130 calories. And when you mix in, as I do, about 150 grams of tomato here, I have 100 grams of oven roasted eggplant, which they sell in Turkey. It's delicious. 20 grams of sauce. This happens to be something I never saw in America. They have in Turkey. Heinz American Burger style sauce, which really does taste like home. And then at the bottom of it, the most important part, I have 125 grams of boiled chicken breast. All of this gets made in my Zojirushi rice cooker, which right now is undergoing cleaning. But at some point, I'm going to show you, you make the rice down here, and on top of it, you can make the chicken at the same time and the vegetables. So this go-to meal here has about 550 calories and maybe about 43, 44 grams of protein. I have this after I train, along with about 100 grams of a drink of choice. I highly recommend it. Hey, welcome back. Hope you enjoyed that. My own background is actually Olympic style weightlifting. So I'm still learning bodybuilding. I've only been doing it for about 5 months, honestly. I was a straight front squat, overhead squat, snatch, clean, and jerk guy. Anyway, did promise to talk a little bit about the psychology of training for myself in particular. Um, I do it because honestly, it feels autonomous. Autonomy feels great. Self-determination theory, if you read about that. It's one of the best things that you can feel is to be somewhat in control of your circumstances. And that's what training is all about. Not just exercise selection and protocols, but eating and, sleeping and how you structure your day. And I think for someone who's going through trauma or who has been through trauma, it's really a wonderful way to self regulate. And that's why I do it. I'll catch you next time.